all of my prep and I'm still just not getting it right. This is the opposite of what you're supposed to do during a sprint, by the way. This feels like April 2.0 and that's not good. All right, I'm about to be on the road to a local coffee shop. Fingers crossed there's actually room so I can sit and work. Also that there's Wi-Fi, otherwise I will bail to a Starbucks. That's my usual on the road plans. Worst case scenario, Starbucks. So I'm taking a break from words. I got like 275 or so. I'm gonna shoot a video and then I'm gonna get back to Camp NaNoWriMo because I haven't done a whole lot on that project today and I need to. Also, sometimes it's impossible to like, that's not gonna work. Nope, don't like that angle. All right, now that I'm done filming that video, I can go ahead and get back to writing for Camp NaNoWriMo. And not any of my other projects, I swear. Scooby-Doo meets Princess Bride is up. It's happening. First a drink. I'm at 321 words for the day so far in my Camp Nano story. It's honestly not a whole lot, but I decided that I'm gonna use the sheet mask thing. Hydrogel mask, sorry. Ooh. And you're supposed to put it on and leave it for 15 to 30 minutes. So I'm going to do a sprint for 20 minutes with it on. I already washed my face. Oh my, oh my. Ooh, oh my gosh, it is so gooey. I don't even know what to think. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, it feels so good. It feels like it's sliding down my face, to be honest. Crushing it. And then we're gonna start the timer. I had to rinse my hands off because it was so sticky. Okay, we're gonna set this 20 minutes. Oh, you can see my whisks. Whoop. And we'll see how we do. Oh, it feels so weird. And I am now at 1,191 words. I can't remember what I started with before the sprint, but that's technically double my word count goal for the day. I think that's just the second time I've done that during Camp NaNoWriMo, so that's nice. Day 8, success. And then as a kind of like report card thing, I don't know if that's what I want to do. I did finish revising a chapter in Project Blue, which is fantastic, and what else did I do? I finished writing a chapter in the new adult romance series. And I think those are the two things I accomplished while I was at that local coffee shop earlier, which was really cute. I really liked it. It had like 2 separate rooms. All in all today, lots of words. Lots of words. At this rate, I'll finish on July 23rd.
With it, take that feeling of dissatisfaction and turn it.
So I picked out like a free campsite to stay at, but it's like freaking 95 degrees and I sleep in my car and there was just no way. There was no way. 95 degrees. This is South Dakota. In my little Texas brain, I thought it would be so much colder. So instead, I got a hotel for 2 nights. I'm gonna go see Mount Rushmore tomorrow or the Badlands National Park the day after, or vice versa. But when I stopped at the Panera Bread, I did write in my Camp Nano story for all of, I think I got like 200 words in, like the beginnings of a scene, until I realized that it was wrong. Everything about it was just wrong. I hate when that happens. I mean, it's good because you realize before you get too far in where you're like, and now I gotta backtrack and figure out where it went wrong. No, I know where it went wrong. But that also means that I haven't contributed any words to my project today and I didn't do anything in it yesterday. And so all that confidence I had from week 1, you know, the startings of the confidence where I was like, I don't want to be too cocky because that's what happened in April. Well, here I am. This feels like April 2.0 and that's not good. But I just drove 5 hours today, so it's like I almost don't care. It's not that late. I can still get words in. This is the face of a person who's not gonna get words in. Plus, I have this awesome balcony here. Look at this. So once it's not a million degrees, I might go outside. I'll go outside and I'll write on the balcony when it gets just like a smidge cooler. Until then, I'm gonna take a break. A break from no work. It's almost halftime on the World Cup game, so I'm gonna actually try and get some words in. Mount Rushmore was, you know, it was fine. I'm really frustrated though at this point in the story because, you know when you know that there's a problem, but you don't know how to fix it? And the problem is Andy. Andy, oh my gosh, freaking Andy. It's like every time I get to one of his chapters, and thankfully this doesn't happen often because of course I have 7 different point of view characters, but it's seriously every single time he comes up, I just can't figure out how to get from the plot point that I'm at to where I need to be under his voice. I don't have this problem with any of the other characters. I just need to like, I don't know. I need Andy to be like a foil in some ways to the other characters, but he needs to be his own character, and I'm just not getting it right. All of my prep, and I'm still just not getting it right. So now that it's halftime, let's see, I guess I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna go sit outside, and I'm gonna try and write for 20 minutes, and I'll be damned if I don't get out of Andy's chapter. All right, this is happening. I'm doing it. It's time. Coffee shop, I actually did not work on my Camp NaNoWriMo project. Again, welcome to this Camp NaNoWriMo for me, but I did hit my over 500 word goal before I left, which is good because I just had 2 0 days in a row for this project, which is not good, obviously. But in my new adult romance series, I figured out a character motivation and it's like it all clicked. Because you know when you're writing something and you can feel like it's off? That feeling of it being off, but you can't pinpoint what was off. Well, I had to have the characters get to a point emotionally, and what had led up to it didn't make sense for where I was writing them at, if that makes sense. But that's what I finally figured out, that that's what that feeling in my little writer heart was, where I was like, the sirens were going off and I was thinking something was wrong. Well, that's what it was. And I figured out an easy solution. I just need to put 1 scene in there. Maybe like 2 scenes, but it's figured out. So maybe I'll have some kind of aha moment like that with Andy and my Camp Nano story. Maybe. I do think that when it gets closer to sunset, since it won't be so hot, I will go back out and get some more Camp Nano words. But today's report card or check-in, I don't know what I'm gonna call this, but I feel like I need to do that kind of segment because at this point I'm working on so many different projects that I need some accountability. Scooby-Doo meets Princess Bride, aka my Camp Nano story. I got my 500 words. Check. Project Blue, I finished the rewrites for chapter 2. Check. New adult romance, while I did not get the chapter done, I figured out that problem. So I'm gonna consider that a success. It was not on my to-do list, but it should have been, basically. Had I known that I was gonna figure out the solution to my problem today, I would have put that on the list, but we can only hope for so much when we wake up, okay? Check. I don't know what else I did today. What else did I get done today? I did not get an article in today. I didn't do any work on that. Saw Mount Rushmore? Check. Here's to hoping I catch up a little bit more. I'm still ahead on my Camp NaNoWriMo project, which is a great feeling. So we'll see if later tonight I have a double check next to Camp NaNoWriMo if I manage to surpass 1,000 words or 1,500 words for the day. That would be fan-freaking-tastic, because tomorrow I'm going to the Badlands National Park, which is an hour from where I'm at now. And then I'm debating driving back here to go up another 5 hours. It's gonna be a long driving day. So yeah, I should definitely do the work tonight. I guess we'll find out together if I did that. So my last sprint did not go as well as any of my previous sprints have, because I got struck by a really cool idea midway through, and I didn't want that idea to go away, so I started writing that idea down and then just thinking about it. This is the opposite of what you're supposed to do during a sprint, by the way. So I got 347 total words in 10 minutes. That's under my goal for the day. I think I might actually write until I get to my daily goal, since I'll be driving so much today, like over 6 hours cumulative driving time. So if I can get this in early, that would be so much better. And then that way, all of the work I do, like when I take stops and breaks at coffee shops along the way, can be my other projects. But that idea I had though, the problem with it is that it regards character motivation. It's kind of like the motivation behind the rival group in solving this potential ghost murder mystery thing. This story is just ridiculous, but it's so much fun. Oh my gosh. So I have a potential motivation, but my question then is, for a horror comedy spoof, how dark is too dark? You know what I mean? Like, I think the spoof and the comedy portion of it is just the fun way in which it's being written, and a little bit about how the characters are just like ridiculous, but there is a fair amount of horror elements in it. I mean, I already had a death, right? And it was a pretty graphic, depending on who was narrating it. But the motivation that I thought up, while fantastic, and I love what it could potentially set up for the future, is like, it's like getting pretty dark. 5:18, done. And this is as good a time to stop as any, so met the daily word count goal. It's a new day, I'm about to leave my hotel, and I'm actually gonna get to see a friend for the first time in like 2 years, a year and a half or something. He lives in North Dakota, and I live in Texas, so you can understand why that rarely happens. Another friend that I met in college. I have met most of my friends, most of my closest friends in college. Is anyone else like that? Or like university, whatever you want to call it. And then the other cool thing to conclude this week of Camp NaNoWriMo is that tomorrow it is my birthday. Yay. It is weird. I've never really liked birthdays. I don't know if anyone else is the same, but I think I was like a really shy kid. And so the idea of people singing to me happy birthday and all eyes on me is just like, I still hate it as an adult. But I'm about to get back on the road because I have another like 5-hour drive total time ahead to me. I'm literally going from one side of North Dakota to the other and then up to Winnipeg, and I'll be in Winnipeg for my birthday. So I'm very excited. I know it's like, it's just Canada, but I'll be in a foreign country for my birthday. And I love Canada. So I'm very excited to fall in love with Canada again. And also, to no one's surprise, I did not work anymore on my story. Okay, bye! So this is me on day 16 giving you a wrap up of how week 2 went, but basically I got 7,872 words. That's what I finished at for the week, and that's just a couple hundred over halfway to my goal, because of course my goal is only 15,000 words. So, not too shabby. Not too shabby. When I was at Barnes & Noble, I wrote this section that I highlighted, which I think you can actually see on my screen at one point, but I'm gonna read it out to you because I like it. That was the sole thing they managed to have in common. I'll buy it for different reasons. They were always suspicious of people. Everyone else was too trusting, too sweet, too gentle of heart. They didn't know the inner darkness like Jennifer and Holly, and that darkness made them see the darkness in all others, and the truth always lay in the darkness. I felt like I was getting a little Riverdale-esque with the darkness talk, but it's exactly what it needs to be. And these two characters are maybe the most unlikely to pair up, and yet I have paired them up, so I'm enjoying the dynamic. So all in all, I'd say week 2, still a success, and everything that I've got set up to go forward is looking pretty good. So please comment down below. Let me know how week 2 went for you guys. Let me know if you struggled some with character motivation this week, or that feeling of like offness when you were writing and not knowing where to pinpoint it, because as I'm editing this footage back, I could see that that was like 3 or 4 times that happened to me this week, and some even in just like completely separate projects. So I would love to hear what y'all do when you have that happen to you. Comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon with a new video. Bye! Because of course I have 7 Shreven. Why do I do that every time? Camp Nano story, I got my 5. Oh no. Where's my mic? Ah. Day 14, I had 7,000. So at the end of the second week, oh my gosh. I had 7,872.